Okay, good evening, everyone. Today is a special, unique day on the calendar. It's 2/22/22, and it happens to be a Tuesday, which led me to thinking for the better part of the day, and it hurts my brain to think about how did those ancient astronomers and scientists, all those many thousands of years ago, who developed the calendar, manage to work it so that 2/22/22 would end up on a Tuesday. I mean, it's a perfect alignment. And yet, when I thought about it, I realized the culture that came up with the month-day system was a different culture than came up with the year system, was a different culture that came up with the names of the weekdays in the English language. So it's nothing short of coincidence that 2/22/22 happened to line up on a Tuesday. And it's just so perfect, and the world doesn't usually align that perfectly. So let's stop thinking about it because it's hurting our brains too much and just get on with the show. Up on a Tuesday. Sorry about that. Still getting used to getting back into it after my long hiatus. But so I thought I would celebrate um, because I'm limited what I can do on stream right now, as per the discussions that I was talking about in my state of the channel stream. I didn't. I originally had thought about doing maybe a sketch stream and do 22 quick sketches as opposed to the full out characters, maybe faces or simple characters, maybe pick 22 Pokemon because some of them have simple designs. So a sketch stream themed on 22, but like I said before, as long as I have to stream from the laptop, I cannot do the sketching because the laptop takes up all the space on my desk that I would otherwise be needing to place the paper and pen in. So I thought, what other things can I do that have a 2 theme? And so I thought, well, I was out for most of the night, family birthday dinner, so I knew I'd be getting back late, so I thought, let's just pick 2 computer games and make it up as we go along. So I decided the first game I'm going to play tonight is Flycorp. So we're going to switch over to the game. Uh, there we are. And I've set up a fresh game. And let's see, how to play Flycorp with a 2 theme. Let's take a look at the world map and see how we can get a 2 theme. I got it. For playing a 2-themed version of Flycorp, we are going to do a game where we have enough money to buy the first country, and then we technically have enough money to buy the second country, but doing so will leave us with no money. So we're going to buy China and India, in terms of number of cities they each generate, to the biggest countries in the game, and we'll watch as things break immediately. But China and India are both so big that when things that even with the overcrowded airport penalty pretty much blaring full screen, by the time we get a few cities, we should be running enough money gain that we'll be able to slowly dig our way out of that. And we'll see how it goes building a network between China and India. And technically, when I buy India, I also buy Sri Lanka and these 3 little countries in the northeast, so I can run a little India Northeastern district. We'll do that a bit later in the game. I think for right now, we're going to do India, China. And China's funny because there's a whole lot of cities that generate on the east, but no cities that generate on the western half of China. And China gives us this little island down here, which gives us Taipei, and I usually make a second hub in Taipei. And for India, I make second hubs in Thimphu, Bhutan, and also Sri Lanka I make into a southern district. So as later on, as we're getting more money, we'll redesign the hub districts. For now, we're just going to start with the 2 capitals. So here we go with India and China. And things are going to break right away. And we do want to speed things up a little bit. And we want to connect the two cities. We need 1,200 to connect the two countries. So let's at least get things running in China. And of course, they're going to hit me with expensive routes right away. And I won't be able to do anything till I won't be able to connect my second city yet. And things are going to break right away. Because this city, it's... yeah, I'm not going to be able to do anything with the route penalty right now. And see, we've already gone red. So now it's just a waiting game for money to start. And it's not going to start with just one city. So I think we want to connect, because we're going to stay red for most of the early game anyway, we want to focus on the cities that are closer to the capitals. Because at least with flying planes, we'll start to get some slow income. I need 263 to start. Unless I wait for... we're already broken those, so... You'll notice once we build a few cities. And we got Taipei right away, so we can start doing that secondary hub as soon as money starts flowing. But yeah, India and China are two of the hardest countries in the game to control. And even though they're right next to each other, if you're going for a global run, the New Delhi to Beijing link does not work. That's going to be one of your most broken, overcrowded links in the game, so I do not recommend doing that particular combination. Let's see what happens. Well, we're not upgrading our planes right away anyway. We're already red. We just have to start moving planes. And everything is going to stay red for quite a long time. The next thing we want to build, 274. Yeah, our next shortest route is 274. So we... unless it's this one. Nope. Yeah. Even with all the cities connected, since I'm not upgrading anything till I'm ready to optimize each city. So right now we're sitting at 2 unoptimized cities on our network. And I want to see if I can keep track of the number. All right. 246 is less than 274. Let's get things going there. Yeah, I knew it would be probably a bad idea to start this way, but I didn't think it... I knew things would be broken, but I just didn't think this start would be this slow. Maybe it would have been better to connect those initial 3 cities, and then would have been able to connect all the cities as they appeared, and they still would have turned red because of the basic low planes, but... Alright, so, I didn't think it... Yeah, playback is still... well, looks like the playback is still as laggy as it was the other night, but hopefully it's not quite as far behind. 246, come on. And you'll notice the more cities we start to put together, the quicker the money will start to flow, but it will still flow very slowly for a while. We now have 3 unoptimized cities going. Let's see. The next shortest, 368. So we're at 368 so far. 274 is the next one. Yeah. So we're at 3 cities. You know what? Let me throw together a little counter real quick. So we're at 3. And let's put that over here. So 274, I think, unless it's 201. Okay. But our 3 cities really isn't cutting it for in terms of making things happen. We really need to get the charity pop up, because then at least we'll be able to connect a few cities at once. So we're at 201, but this other city appeared. 184, that's what we're going for. Not the event that would have gotten our game running. You know what? We're going to take the mulligan. And we're going to start with China. And things are going to turn red. But we're going to wait until a little bit before going to India. We need 584 for that last city. So sorry about the false start. Let me come over here. We've technically got 2 up. We'll leave that counter until we build the 3rd. $534 is less than $584. Okay. And there we go, the expected breakage. It doesn't help that they gave all the starting cities as far away ones. 327 is cheaper. So now we're at 3 cities. Xi'an, Wuhan, and Shanghai, all connected to Beijing. And those are 3 of the most well-known cities in China outside of Beijing. So there's that at least. So I think 534 is the next closest city. No, it's going to be this one. We're at 4 cities. Wow, sorry, I grabbed the wrong bit. I have to... Alright, so we're at 4 cities. 5 cities. Yeah. The point is the game's not going to progress unless we actually build the links into cities. Even though they're going to break because they're basic level 1 everything. And these are long flights. I'm not even. That's okay. Let's actually do a... Okay. 451 is the next shortest. Alignment is still off, but it's not going to look right anyway with that big giant number in the corner, so... 451 or 460. All right, things are working a little bit better now. And there's a close by city. $195. The moment we hit 800, we're going to bring India up. The city count is there for me to keep track of unoptimized cities. So it looks like we want 327. There we go. That random event just gave us a bit of money, so we got our next city. It may be easier if I do the count like 2 cities at a time, but we've got all these far off cities going on. 266, yeah, 266 is the closest. And we've got enough cities going now that we kind of have a little bit of a money counter going on, even with all the penalties. I've got half a mind to just ignore these cities and start thinking about the second hub. So there's one connection, and I was already thinking about this connection. So that's 2 more cities. So we now have 10 cities on our network. So yeah, I'm just going to connect North District. That way I can start Taipei a little bit later as the South District. So charity donation means we're going to get the handout, and we'll be able to start India. Now, Beijing, New Delhi is not a good idea when you're developing a global map, but with only 2 countries in play, it may not be that bad once we have it fully optimized. Let's save up to make that link. And India, we're only going to build the North District. And you know what? Let me change the color. Let me change the color of that number because it's going to blend in against the white background of the game. Can I change the color? Color. A little garish, but that's a nice pretty color. I want to start things going in India as well. But you know what? These are still part of the India North District. Stuff that goes on down here will be part of the Sri Lanka district. And I actually, Calcutta is part of this district, so I'm not doing that. So yeah, everything's red now. Let's just wait for the money. Let's just wait for the 1,200 that we need to Yeah, I knew things would be slow and broken to start by selecting these two countries first. So it'll be New Delhi to Bhutan, Bhutan to Taipei, and New Delhi to Sri Lanka, Taipei to Beijing. That'll be our hub links. I'm going to need a few more cities, aren't I? Okay. So let's see, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 over here, and 2 in India. All right. 3 in India now. So we're up to 13. And I don't see enough contrast. Let me look at that. Let me look at the color selection. That one might actually be a little bit better. Yeah, we're going to go with that purple. Let's see how that looks for a while. I know it looks a little bit garish, but the idea is to have just enough cities connected that we can sort of have money gain going on. Until we get the millionaire, this game isn't really going to go anywhere. So we need to get the charity event a couple times. One, two, and that'll be Eastern District. I'm not too satisfied with this color choice against the white either, but we'll use it for a while. 1, 2. So we've got 2 more cities going on. I'm not counting the hubs to this count. We know that there's going to be 5 total hubs. $129. This might take a little while. Got 3. Okay, that was lame. The air shows usually does good for me. All right. Tell you what we're doing. One more mulligan, but we're not going to rush to bring up India just yet. And this time it gave me a couple of close by cities. So there's at least that. Hopefully with this run, we're still going to be red. But at least with focusing on China, we shouldn't have those long drawn out periods. I'm not going to update the counter every city. Like, I'm going to watch for the connections and then do it like every 3 or so. And we are going to connect the southern cities just because we have to. Actually, we're going to hold off on the southern cities until Taipei comes up, and then we're going to build that link. So we have 6 cities currently. Sorry about the repeated mulligans. This time is for real. I've been streaming 28 minutes already. Wow. 7. Yes, things seem to be going a little bit smoother. But things are going to stay red for a while. I just had too many disconnected cities. That's what the problem was. Shanghai is part of the Taipei district. So we're going to hold off on doing that one. It'll turn red, but that's okay because we've already gone red. Wuhan also part of Taipei. Yeah, those southern cities aren't going to help us till we get Taipei. Because it's just going to take more effort to just rearrange cities later. So. Let's see, how many cities am I up to? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I think what we have to do is when we get 2,000, we can bring up India. But even then, I think I want to have the Taipei link running first. Then we can bring up Bhutan so that when India starts generating its eastern district, we can go with that. And then we'll bring up India itself, I think. So we have 9 cities unoptimized so far, a bunch of cities waiting to be connected. But Taipei is a prerequisite for those cities. But look, money's happening, even with those cities missing. So as soon as Taipei comes up, even though things are going to stay red until we start optimizing these cities, we're still going to have things going fast enough that we can start to develop. So that's our 10th city, I think. Yeah, we're at 10 cities right now. 11. This one I want to wait and see which one gives me a shorter amount. Oh, we did get Taipei. Okay, let's go. Taipei being a hub is not going to be counted in this count I'm doing. But before I connect that, I want to have the plane maxed out. That's good enough for what we're doing it for. One, two. Let's see, this one's 537. This one's 389. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. 11. 12. 13. 14. 15. 16. 17. So let's come up here and update our number. It's a little distracting having to keep updating this number. But once we optimize the cities, we won't need to keep track of that number now, will we? And once we have things that are not red anymore, so 34. And when they all get the boosted population icon, it makes it impossible to see whether lines are connected or not. Let's add a second dish plane to the links. Okay, even with things broken, you can see that the money is starting to flow. So let's finish up the Beijing-Taipei link and then work on the hubs for a little bit. And India will bring up as all 5 of its units. These 3 little countries that I make part of the Northeastern District, as well as Sri Lanka, which I make the hub for the Southern District. But yeah, even though we'll technically have 6 countries on board, we're really here celebrating the number 2, China and India. And it just makes sense to have a... Usually when I play Flycorp, when I have the tiny countries that are right next to huge countries, I will often just make the tiny countries part of the bigger neighboring countries network. It makes sense to do that in my mind because it reduces the number of hubs I have to think about. Sometimes, in most parts of the world, it makes hubbing more efficient. So here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 more cities. Of course, the moment I input that, we get another one. Let me make sure. Yeah. When you have enough cities, the overcrowded airport penalty doesn't slow things down too terribly much, but still going to be an annoyance to wait for each city. We need about 4,000 to optimize each city, but right now I want to work on the hubs. And by 4,000, I mean that's 4,000 per city. The more cities we optimize, the less red we'll see till eventually we're running at our actual strength. We got our first hub link set up. Let's see, we have another one. City. And I'm just going to pick random red cities as my development order. Yeah. This is working a lot better. So even though it's technically a six country run, we're really thinking about it in terms of two. Because India, I don't really do without this supporting surrounding countries. But actually, let's start bringing these in. Beijing. Okay, so we're at level 5 for the hubs. 1045, or, you know what, we're going to run them as a line anyway. We now have 4 of the 5 hubs set up for purposes of what we're doing here. Not what I meant to do. This is what we want to do. And we have disconnected cities, which is bad. So as soon as I buy Sri Lanka, we'll get those last 2 little bits of the Northeast District a little bit later on. Yeah, you can see things are starting to slow down again with all the disconnected cities. Hopefully we can sustain this rate, this pace, and let's at least connect the northern cities, I think, and then go for adding the Sri Lanka link. So let's see, anything going on up here that I missed? No. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3. We'll make that part of that district. 4, 5. You'll see just how many cities generate in India as well. So let's get Colombo going real quick. As long as I don't have any disconnected cities, you'll see the money start to flow, even with the penalties. So then it's just a simple matter of building things up. But I want to get all the links up to 5 planes, all the hub links. Yeah, I know. Like I said, I know it's technically cheating have the 4 surrounding countries, but that's the way I've always hubbed India, so. We have 1, 2, 3 hub links that are unoptimized, so we need 12 more planes as well. So, crap, expensive routes, but we'll make it work. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We're at 13 more cities, which brings us up to 64, which is a power of 2. 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64. Nailed it. So with 5 hubs in play. And we lose the 2's perfection. So 5 times 1600 is 8,000. So that's the goal we're going for. We're going to get all our hubs to level 6. And then we're going to start. One of the reasons I do Bhutan is to help take some of the load off of New Delhi with all the cities that generate up here in the north. In fact, yeah, let's move Patna over to the East District. Yeah, definitely that was a good call. We're at 68. So 1, yeah, I'm gonna wait till I build the next city to type that over. It's almost time to bring up the hubs another level, and then I want to work on the inter-hub planes for a little bit. I have 1, 2, 3 links that are incomplete. So that's 2 more cities. And now we're going to go to 16,000 if we have the patience and bring up the hubs one more level. And then we're going to start trying to fix things here. Taipei doesn't have enough traffic to... So yeah, we'll fill up the Taipei route. So I have 1, 2, 3. Let's go for 1 more and keep it a multiple of 2 on the counter. That's like nowhere near anything. It's technically closer to run that one to New Delhi. Let's do it. 4. But hey, another city just appeared while I was doing all that. So that's 6 cities that I just did on that batch. Let's do 1 more and make that back into an even number. So you can see how fast the money is zooming, even with us in full red penalty. Ah. John Massey just signed in. If he's still around when we finish playing, depending on how long he goes, how long we go, we might give him a little raid. If not, we'll find somebody to raid when the time comes. Alright, we don't really need to bring the hubs up any more than this until we start actually fixing things. Eight. You know what? Screw the counter, because I'm having trouble keeping up with it. Let's get rid of that. We're somewhere in some bullshit high number right now. Sorry. Didn't mean to curse there. So I have 12. I have to build 12 planes. Let's start working on this link, because Taipei is trying to pick up all the India traffic. Finfu should hold up a little bit better till I max that out, because that's a shorter link. And actually, with the flow between China and India improved with us doing these planes, it's already sped things up a little bit in terms of the money zoom. So Taipei is offloading, hopefully. All right, we got a lot of planes going now. Got a few more cities pulled up as well. Let's begin working on this link. So every time we hit 4,000, we're going to pick a city to restore. Once I do the Sri Lanka, once I get the Sri Lanka hub connection up to speed. Give me a moment. I kind of want to see if John's stream name acknowledges. He usually does 2 for Tuesday anyway, but considering I want to see if he acknowledged in his stream description the uniqueness of today's date. I'm just peeking into his thing for a little bit while our game generates more money so we can finish optimizing the last hub route, and then we'll start going in and bringing up the individual cities. And I think we're going to do the cities every time we hit 4,000 money. We're going to... he's just doing Manilow tonight. He's not doing 2 for Tuesday. What a missed opportunity. But that's his usual Tuesday thing anyway, so... Alright. It's a testament to just how many cities these two countries generate that we're having decent money gain even with the penalty. I'm not 100% sure that China was done generating cities either, but it can only add one city per at a time. So I want to try and space these out. So okay, last hub plane. There's a little bug where if you have too many cities too close to each other, it'll automatically jump over to the next city over when you're trying to draw a route. It's really annoying. Mumbai was the city it told us to focus on, so that's what we're going to do. Every time we hit 4,000, we're going to optimize a city. Stop jumping. There we go. I think seeing as we've optimized the hubs, more or less, we're going to just keep doing this for a while until we have everything linked up. And when there's no more red, we're going to go to all the hubs and just make sure that they're all optimized. So yeah, this part of the stream is going to be a little bit boring as we move into the development and cleanup phase of construction. And Sri Lanka hasn't even started generating its cities yet. It's got a few. We got a city festival, and when that happens, I automatically pick that as my next city to optimize. We can't do anything about Taipei. It's got two cities that are kind of out there. Let's wait till we get it. That was a warning about a different city, so. Where's Ningbo? You can see just how crowded these two countries are. And we're going to do a thing now where if any more cities appear, we're going to optimize them on the spot. You can see just how many cities we have. Look at that money gain coming in. All right. Chongqing and Chengdu. Let's go ahead and prioritize those two cities. And then we'll go for the random alert pop-ups. Just so we can get Taipei not being a random alert pop-up. Yeah, it looks like Taipei is starting to clean up a little bit. Taipei is going to still stay in orange for a while, I think, just because it's getting so much traffic from all these red cities. And I can see Sri Lanka finally has another city. So let's go. A bunch of cities, actually. That was not supposed to happen. Oh, that was good. Wait till 4,000 because all new cities are going to be auto-optimized. Wow. All right, Taipei is trying to clean up. Wow. Even with a penalty, money's really hitting right now. Since I'm really optimizing Hechi, I want to go there next. And I can't keep up with the money gain anymore, even though I still have a bunch of red cities. We've fixed things enough that things are starting. I actually only have a couple red cities. You know what? We're going to leave one of the cities disconnected. That way we have those are in Nepal, so they come off of Thimphu, even though they're closer to New Delhi. You know what? India's got enough cities coming off of it. I mean, New Delhi. Yeah, Taipei is coming. Taipei is cleaning up. Some of these cities are going to have red as the plane moves away from them. We got to rely on these pop-ups to help me see what I haven't optimized yet. That's not supposed to be happening. A lot of the reds are just flashes of red now. Yeah, I know. As I mentioned, this part's going to be a little bit boring. But we've almost completed our Indochina network. Just for fun, should I bring in the Koreas and Japan and Mongolia? Well, our theme was twos. China and India are the two biggest. These four other little countries are just to support what we've built, so we're going to go till these are fully optimized, I think. All right, let's go through one district at a time for cleanup. Because I have a feeling I'm just going to see brief flashes of red at this point. So Thimphu. How about this? How about we just count? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 more cities in this. 5 more cities in this district need to be upgraded. All right, 4 more. 3 more. 2 more. And then 1 more. Which city is flashing different shades of green? Or let's make sure I counted that correctly. Yep. You know what? We're not going to play a second computer game tonight. We're going to add Korea and Japan to this after we optimize what we've got. Maybe do a little bit more Asia. I don't feel like changing focus. So Thimphu district is complete. Let's do Sri Lanka district. How many unoptimized cities do I have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 'Alright. Sri Lanka Colombo district is complete. So I need New Delhi, Beijing, and Taipei. I know Taipei is pretty close to completion. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. I think it's 4. I need to count again because that was a particularly distracting random event. Let's count again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Three, 2, 1, and 0. All right. Sri Lanka, where's my head? Taipei district is done. Let's go for New Delhi district. That's going to hurt things a little bit, but not really because money gain is fast at this point. So how many cities are not optimized here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and New Delhi district is now complete. All right, which just leaves Beijing district left to optimize. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11. Did I ever do this one? Yes. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and there we go. The Indochina network is now fully optimized. India, China, the two biggest countries in the Asia network. But you know what? Yeah, let's go ahead and call it here. It took me 2 mulligans and ultimately about an hour and a half to build Indochina, so it should only take mere minutes to do each of the other Asian countries. We'll expand out a little bit, keep this game going a little bit further. I'll start with Mongolia. Those weren't spaced out well enough. I'm just going to connect a few capitals and then wait for the alerts. While I'm working on capitals, I might miss cities appearing. I just want to get a whole bunch of countries going right now. Mongolia branch line off of Beijing. Now we're going to bring in the Koreas and Japan. And let's come over here and do Pakistan, Afghanistan, and Iran. me optimize all my hub links, and then I'll go back for any cities that I missed. I'm okay with cities being red for a little bit of time. Because I've built up so much money that I can do what I really want to do. And that's, of course, the game telling me that, hey, I'm an idiot. It immediately went into the aircraft manufacturer strike. But that's okay, because I had a little bit of a surplus before all this. And you know what? If I have Iran, I gotta have Iraq as well. Like I said, any new cities get full upgrade treatment. And there goes my surplus, because it decided to give me the airplane manufacturer strike, which meant that all those planes I just built cost double what they should have. Yeah, things are going poorly over here. Since things are broken right now anyway, I think I'm going to have to do this like one country at a time. Actually, we don't want to be that stupid. This is what we'll do. These 3 countries will need to be optimized. And they're doing the aircraft strike yet again. That's 2 quickly after the last time. So I have 1, 2, 3. We're still going to optimize each individual city. I can't let this strike slow me down. I have to keep building. I can't have disconnected. I need to lose the penalty because these areas did get behind all of a sudden. So yeah, this started as a twofer, but it's looks like it's turning into a more of a Pan-Asia run. Remember, these areas aren't optimized yet. Pyongyang's ready to max out, so and Seoul and Tokyo are still trying to deal with the aftermath of that event down in Japan in Sapporo. And already I'm starting to see the lag that's characteristic of having too many countries open. Thanks to that event in Japan, Seoul is broken. So let's go ahead and resolve that. And new airport. Let's take care of that real quick. Seoul and Pyongyang is such a short link, but because it's a hub link, I'm going to go ahead and optimize it anyway. Dark Hand is an already optimized city. I've been going for almost 2 hours. Let's see. I do think I want to bring up the Philippines, though. I'll put, even though Naha is part of Japan, I'm putting it on the TP link because it's right there. It's nowhere close to Tokyo. And let's get ready to open up the Philippines as well. So I have 3 international links that are not optimized yet, and 2 hubs that are not maxed out yet. And we got the airplane manufacturer strike yet again. We've gotten that 3 times since I went into my expansion project. Seoul's maxed out. Tokyo's maxed out. So now we just got to raise money to max out Philippines and also do these international links. I'm already back up to 40,000. What the heck? Crisis averted. We're going to hit the 2-hour mark easily. There's just too many countries generating cities right now. Those aren't evenly spaced, but that's okay because the link is so short. I probably could have gotten by with 2 there. So, did I upgrade Manila yet? I did. Okay. So 2 more international links to fix. Wouldn't it be cool if if the last city managed to generate right at 2 hours 20 minutes in? I mean 2 hours 22 minutes in. All right, so now we just Kerman. That's all the way over back in Iran. Kagoshima, that's back in Japan. Wow, there's a lot of cities in Asia. And we're not even going to do the whole Southeast Asian bit with all the islands and stuff. Those countries generate way more cities than their size would imply, for the most part. So when I do Syria, I do it as a block with Lebanon, Israel, Jordan, and Palestine, because those each have only 1 city. Cyprus only has 2 cities. Usually I do it as part of Greece, but since I'm not doing Europe tonight, I'll go ahead and bring it and make it part of Syria. But I want to go ahead and start bringing up Syria block, because I can see the cities are generating faster, and I don't want to have like nothing happening if I want to run the timer to a certain amount. Cool trick. I zoom out a bit in order to scroll across the world a little faster, and then zoom back in when I get back to where I'm going. When you have the whole world, you can easily be looking at 100 places at once. All right, let's bring in Cyprus's additional cities. Did I say Cyprus? I meant Syria. The fact that nothing's turned red means I'm doing pretty good keeping up with the constructions and the appearances of new airports. I'm getting a lot of lawsuits right now, but that's okay because they don't do anything to me right now. You can see how fast the money is coming in. Not sure if we'll get to the rest of the Arabian Peninsula. I'm watching the timer, and there's still plenty of cities being generated. Also, lags starting to be a thing. Now you'll see a full global run, hopefully, when the desktop gets fixed, which should be this weekend. But I have to go away for a bit, so I'll still be on the laptop. Hopefully I'll be able to stream from my brother's appointment, but I'm only going to have a one screen setup there, so probably something really simple like Morrowind, maybe one of the old games I can play in the browser emulator. Oh, I missed a city somehow. The Taipei-Beijing planes are yellow. And it looks like some of the Taipei, some of the ones going into India are turning red, which means we've put too many countries in a row this way without a branch. So I think westward expansion is going to be cut for now. We're not going to do Saudi Arabia for right now, for tonight. But you know what? I need to make sure cities keep spawning, so let's bring in Papua New Guinea. Even though at that point I don't even think we're in Asia anymore. And I always do, let's do these little islands as part of... So yeah, it started as an India and China thing for the 2-4 theme. But since I knew we were going to go past midnight anyway, it kind of evolved from there. I think anytime I feel like doing some random computer gaming, I'm going to try and stream it. You know what, though? Even though we're not doing... I usually do Kuwait as part of Iraq, so let's go ahead and bring it up. Kuwait only gives one city. Let's come back over here and bring up some of these islands. Gospi, where was that? I think I lost a city somewhere. Anyone know where Legazpi is? We're not going to miss any more cities, though. I guess we'll have to wait for it to turn where I... No, I want to find it. Wait a minute. If I'm not mistaken... Hold on, let me look at something real quick. Wow, I never noticed that before, but it seems Japan and India both have a city called Kochi. How funny. So yeah, we've hit the point of lag where it doesn't always register all my clicks. So yeah, just from China and India and a few surrounding countries, we've hit that point of lag. I'm not going to try and bring in Turkey and Saudi Arabia, I don't think. Plus, we're at 2:02, which means I only have 20 minutes for the countries I have to finish generating their cities. Meanwhile, let's bring up a few more islands here. Hakodate, I know that's Japan. So I know there's at least 2 cities going on in Japan. Oh, Legazpi, I remember where it is now. That's in the Philippines. So I've got 3 cities I gotta get connected over here. Yeah. Urmia, if I'm not mistaken. Let's get caught up here real quick. Urmia. Oh, there it is. So glad that happened because I almost went to the wrong country looking for that city. Listen, it's getting late, and there are some countries I'm not as familiar with what the names of their cities are, okay? I'm not going to build the other stands tonight. We've got way too much on the India branch right now, I think. These island countries beyond the Philippines and Indonesia, they don't really generate much. They're mainly there as a stepping stone into New Zealand and Australia. I, actually, I kind of liked doing this regional Flycorp stream. While I wait for the desktop to be repaired, I might do another couple regions. I might do yeah, let's do a Mediterranean stream tomorrow or the next time I stream. Yeah. What did I just do that for? I'm in the wrong country. That's the capital it needs to go to. Latakia. Oh, I missed the pop-up. Where the heck is Latakia? Okay, it's not Philippines. There it is. I know that one's Japan, so I can go back to Japan when I finish getting that one connected. So yeah, next time I want to stream Flycorp, I'm gonna do a Mediterranean run, and then I also kind of want to practice Central South America again. Because I haven't really practiced there. Mediterranean run, I usually start with Turkey and then build westward. I'll talk about the Mediterranean when I'm actually doing it. How's that sound? No, it's right on the border. But Iran has so many more cities it makes than Afghanistan does. With border cities, when I'm generating two countries at once, sometimes I'll take liberties just to help balance things when I know that one country gets a lot more cities. So the Mediterranean run, we're actually not going to start in Turkey. We're going to start with the UK and then expand south and east around the sea. Building. How's the timer? We've got 14 minutes for it to generate all the rest of the cities. I hope it does them all. But hey, there's a 2-minute lead time, so technically I have till 2:24 since I was put in a 2-minute lead time on my stream. Well, I know that's Philippines. So yeah, it wasn't a pure Asia run, just because I built all these islands in the east, and I didn't do this chunk of Asia, and I didn't finish the stands or the Arabian Peninsula. So it's not a pure Asia run, but I think what we did here tonight is good enough. And if it's not done generating cities, I'm going to go ahead and call a stream anyway. Because I no longer save regional runs, unless it's a bigger region that I'm practicing. And I've already practiced Asia so many times. I want to practice Mediterranean. So I'll do that next time I stream this game. Let me... How long have these guys been going? I'm just checking the timestamps on these 3 streams because I need to figure out... I need to start thinking about who I'm going to raid tonight. Of course, it's taking its good old time to load. Yeah, lawsuits don't bother me anymore. Look at the way the money is flowing. Why is it taking so long for me to load the streams just to see what their timestamp is? There. Things are loading now. Finally. What the heck was that? See, the game becomes a bit unresponsive when it gets to this point of lag. 8 hours? Yeah, I don't know if he's getting... Looks like he might be getting ready to raid out himself, actually. And these 2 other channels are taking their good old time loading. I've got 11 more minutes before I have to make a decision. Actually, make that nah. He's been going 141. Requests are still open. It's a possibility. 243. But I don't see the stream yet. I need to wait and see what's on screen to see what their status is. Alright, it seems to be loading this time. I don't know why it wasn't loading before. And someone else just went live, which would be the obvious choice if they're just starting stream. Yeah, we're too close to the end of the stream. We're not going to bring up any of the missing areas, that the islands or Southeast Asia or the Arabian Peninsula or the stands. We're not doing any of that. Oops. That's okay, a little zealous on the button there. And my monitor just did something a little funky, but that's not a big deal. Yeah, it does that sometimes when the game gets laggy. So yeah, she's been going about an hour and a half. Or I could think about raiding a marble stream. after I just got finished saying I was boycotting them since they won't make it work on my computer, either of my computers. I mean, I've got two computers, and they've decided the program can't work on either of them. Thanks a lot, Marbles, but I always rate a musician. I don't mind varying things up a little bit. Yeah, you know what? I'll raid, but I won't actually run any races. How's that sound? Uh, or Ramadi. Where's Ramadi? Six minutes. 6 minutes till raid. Wow, look at all these planes. Puerto Princesa, that's Philippines. So yeah, we totally lost the two theme of the night. If I'd gone to a second computer game, it probably would have been Morrowind, and I probably would have collected two armor sets and did a tour of two of the vanilla cities. But I kind of like the idea of doing a tour of the cities, so let's plan on doing a Morrowind stream one day where I do a little tour of the vanilla cities, just the big house hubs. Balmora, Aldrune, Sadrith Mora. We'll do Vivek, and we'll do Ebenheart because that's the seat of the Empire. Oh, we may have to throw in Caldera. That's probably the most prominent Imperial town that isn't Ebenheart. There's more going on in Caldera than Ebenheart anyway. Or we could just do a little thing where we go around and look at all the towns. That'll be a couple hours, though. How's our timer? 2:18. And it looks like stream's not too far behind where I actually am. I could just watch these little planes flying around all day. Let's start thinking about the raid now. We're at 2:19. So yeah, Mediterranean is basically the ring around this sea here. All these little bits. And I have a way I typically do things. Because of the Africa disease closures, I generally line up each of the five Mediterranean African countries with one of their European neighbors so that there's redundancy in case of a closure. So I build it one link at a time and one cross link at a time. Yeah. These countries aren't going to finish generating their cities. All right. One minute till raid. Yeah. I'm not going to be able to make it precisely at 2:22:22 with 22, I mean, 2 hours, 22 minutes with 22 seconds. That's asking way too much of me. It's not happening. But we are going to finish in the 2 hour, 22 minute mark. And it's 2 hours, 21 minutes. So let's go ahead. Thank you for joining me for 2222 Tuesday. Let's go ahead and get a raid going. All right, have a good night, everyone. Let's get this going. Yeah. I'm not going to be able to make it precisely at 2:22:22 with 22, I mean, all right, have a good night, everyone.